AI tools are everywhere right now, and they can save you hours of work, but only if you know how to use them the right way. And the only difference between getting these generic, unusable answers and getting something that's polished and insightful comes down to one thing: how you ask. That's why today I'm going to be starting the roadmap of what I believe to be the correct order in learning AI. It starts with step 1, prompt engineering. And it's the first step when it comes to unlocking consistent, useful results with AI. And here's the truth: most people use AI like they're Googling something. They type one vague sentence in, like, write me a business plan, and then they get upset when they're receiving a blank template. That's like walking into a restaurant, asking just for food, and being upset when you receive a piece of toast. And therein lies the problem. They haven't set the parameters for the result they're trying to get. And without structure, context, and clarity, AI can't deliver to its full potential. So prompt engineering is the art of guiding AI through your inputs to give the best possible outputs. To explain this further with an example, think of giving instructions to like a new employee, and you simply just say do marketing, but that's just going to be chaos because they have no idea what type. But if you say do a 3-sequence email campaign for our, local business's new loyalty program, suddenly they know exactly what to do. It's like, look at it like if you give the AI specific output instructions, you're going to get exactly what you're looking for. Number 1, be specific about the task. What is the result that you're trying to get out of the AI? So a weak prompt could be just like, write me a social media post. But a strong prompt could come in as, write me a LinkedIn post that is polite, concise, with a professional tone, and keep it under 150 words, while also promoting our new demo app with a call to action for people to trial the app, right? That's going to get those parameters really nice and concise about what you have expectation-wise about the outcome of that prompt. 2, provide context. AI works best when it knows why it's doing what it's doing. So give it a bit of a backstory. For instance, if you're trying to write an email to someone, explain to the AI, what is the situation? Look, this person is more of a mate than a lead. Like, okay, write an email for a mate in a friendly, warm tone, and also keep it short and to the point. But the backstory of me and this mate is we've known each other for this many years. This is the person's name. This is his relationship to me, rah, rah, rah. Like, that's how you're going to start formulating a bit of a backstory so it knows the tone and volume and style to write an email in regards to this specific person. Number 3, define its style and its tone. AI can mimic almost anything that you tell it to, right? But if you give it a weak prompt, like explain what AI is, it's gonna go on a tangent. So a strong prompt for like a style and tone could be, explain AI to this demographic of people. Explain AI to me if I was a 10-year-old. Like, that's gonna keep those layers in there, which terminology it's gonna use, what words, what points of reference it's going to draw from, so that it can keep it relatable, engaging, and understanding towards yourself. So if you're asking it to, teach you something, or you're trying to get a kind of curriculum out of it or plan, you're going to have to tell it a little bit even about yourself. So explaining it to someone that has no idea about AI, that's a really great way to phrase it. Number 4, use step-by-step instructions. This is what I found helps me the most. When tasks are complex, like, break them down into little small chunks so you can give it one job at a time. Now, if you tell it to write you an essay on the Cold War, but that's all you've really given it, you've given it a pretty sizable project. It's obviously going to miss parts that you wanted in that essay, right? So a better position is, okay, Write me an intro to the Cold War, around 300 words, and you're just going to start by chunking it down step by steps with everything else I've referenced so far, and get through those little portions at a time. If you give it these massive projects, it's not going to justify them appropriately to you. It's just going to spit out whatever it believes is the correct answer based on the minimal input. I'd say my fifth principle would be show, don't tell. Sometimes the best way to guide AI is to give it examples of exactly what you're expecting from it. So if you're trying to get it to write a motivational quote, give it examples of the quotes that you're expecting as an outcome. Feed it some expected outcomes of what you want, like the structure, the tone, so a strong prompt could look like, write a motivational quote in the style of Nike's Just Do It. Punchy, short, actionable, and concise, and to the point. And by pointing to a reference, you anchor the style of the output you want. Now, I would say the last principle, number 6, comes down to iterate and refine. You're not always going to get the exact answer you want off rip. And sometimes that's a great thing. Prompt engineering is rarely a one and done. Start with a draft, review what AI gives you, then adjust it. For example, make this more concise. Write this in 3 bullet points. Rewrite this in a friendlier tone. Each iteration shapes the output to exactly what you need. And now this is actually like something you're going to have to refine and learn over time. It's not going to be just apply these things that I've said and it will work perfectly for you. You're going to have to understand and get better at using AI through practice. And one thing I will say is each AI that I've at least encountered takes on these prompts differently. The same prompt never works for the same AI model. Something that generates images generally doesn't work the same as an LLM like ChatGPT. But it will help if you practice it. Prompt engineering is just the first step in mastering AI tools and how to understand AI as a whole. Now this video is actually just part of a kind of a 101 series that I'm throwing together, and it's the first part and I put it here for a reason. This is what I believe is the very first step in actually utilizing anything when it comes to AI. Keep an ear out. I'm going to keep posting more stuff like this in terms of how to educate yourself on AI and learn how to do it. If you found this helpful, feel free to subscribe and let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want me to go over specifically.